Scottsdale is one of the most desirable cities in all of Arizona, but depending on your lifestyle, it could either feel like a paradise or completely overpriced. If you're thinking about moving to Scottsdale, you probably have seen the pretty glossy version. Luxury homes, golf courses, resorts, perfect winter weather, and the old town nightlife. And a lot of that is true. But today, we're breaking down the real pros and cons of living in Scottsdale. The good, the great, and the things that people don't think about until after they move. Because Scottsdale is incredible, right? Yes, for the right person. Let's get into it. Pro number one, the winter weather is unreal. And let's start with the obvious. Winter in Scottsdale is elite. December through April, think 65 to 75 degree days, blue skies, patio season, hiking season, golf season. And it's why snowbirds return every single year. It's why tourism spikes. And it's why people from colder climates just fall in love on their first visit here in January. You can sit outside, you can hike camelback, you can dine on patios at night, and host backyard gatherings. It feels like a permanent vacation. And that's a massive lifestyle pro. Pro number two, the scenic desert plus outdoor access. Scottsdale is stunning, especially North Scottsdale. You get the mountain views, preserved desert, McDowell Mountain, hiking, biking trails just everywhere. Unlike some cities that are fully built out, Scottsdale has large areas protected for overdevelopment. That keeps views intact, it keeps density controlled, and it protects long-term desirability. If you love an outdoor active lifestyle, Scottsdale will make it easy. Pro number three, strong property values. Scottsdale carries brand power. Homes here tend to hold their value well, attract relocation buyers, appeal to the second home purchasers, and maintain that luxury demand. Compared to many surrounding cities like Phoenix, Chandler, Scottsdale often trades at a higher price per square foot. That premium isn't accidental. It's reputation, its location, and its lifestyle. If resale strength matters to you, Scottsdale has historically performed very well over time. Pro number four, dining and nightlife. Old Town Scottsdale is vibrant. It's got the restaurants, cocktail lounges, events, art walks, spring training energy. If you want upscale dining, date night options, walkable nightlife, South and Central Scottsdale especially deliver that. It's social, it's active, and it just feels polished. Pro number five, golf and resort lifestyle. Scottsdale is synonymous with golf. Public courses, private clubs, luxury communities built around their fairways. And if you're into golf, this is one of the best communities in the entire country. And if you're not, resort style amenities influence overall community design. And you're gonna find community pools, gated neighborhoods, beautiful desert landscaping, and architectural controls. It just feels curated. Pro number six, solid school options. Scottsdale Unified has strong reputation pockets. Many relocation buyers specifically look for Scottsdale addresses because of that perceived school quality. Now, you still need to verify zoning, but overall, education is considered a pro for many families here. Now, here are some cons. Let's balance it all out because no city is perfect. Con number one, the summer heat is real. This is the one people intellectually understand but emotionally underestimate. June through September, 100 to 115 degrees, hot pavements, limited midday activities, and you just adjust. You plan early mornings, you embrace indoor spaces, and you appreciate your AC like you've never before. And if you're coming from a mild coastal climate, the first summer can definitely feel intense. Winter makes you forget all of that, and summer reminds you. Con number two, higher cost of entry. Scottsdale is definitely not the cheapest option in the valley. You're often going to pay more per square foot than compared to Gilbert, Peoria, Mesa, places like that. And that premium extends beyond that purchase price. High-end homes often also mean larger cooling bills, landscape upkeep, pool maintenance, HOA dues in certain communities. You're paying for that lifestyle. If maximizing square footage is your goal, Scottsdale may not stretch as some of the other suburbs. Con number 3, geography and commute. Scottsdale is very long. North Scottsdale to Old Scottsdale, 20 to 30 minutes. North Scottsdale to downtown Phoenix, think 25 to 40 minutes depending on traffic. If you work in the East Valley like Chandler or Gilbert, daily commute from Scottsdale may not be ideal. Location within Scottsdale matters tremendously. Con number 4, not all of Scottsdale is luxury. Here's something relocation buyers don't expect. South Scottsdale has older 1970s homes, smaller lots, mixed density, and fewer master plan pretty communities. That's not bad, it's just different from the North Scottsdale image that people often have. Scottsdale isn't just one aesthetic. It's multiple areas of development, and you need to choose your pocket wisely. Con number 5, tourism and short-term rentals. Scottsdale is a tourism hub, especially near Old Town. Short-term rentals, weekend visitors, and event-driven traffic. If you buy near high activity areas, that energy can either feel fun or disruptive. North Scottsdale tends to be quieter. South Scottsdale tends to be much busier. Again, it's all about the fit. Con number 6, that limited small town feel. Scottsdale definitely feels polished, but it doesn't always feel very intimate. If you're looking for a tight-knit, small town vibe, you might find that you like some other places better. Scottsdale feels refined, it feels established, but it doesn't always feel cozy. Some people love that. Others prefer more of a community-centric suburb. The pros and cons depend on your stage of life. Here's the twist that most people miss. The pros and cons change depending on who you are and where you are in your life. Young professional, pros, nightlife, proximity to Phoenix. Some cons, you might overpay for space you don't need. Family with young kids. Maybe your pros are schools, safety, and maintained neighborhoods. But those same cons can be the backyard size in some areas, might be smaller than some other East Valley alternatives. If you're a retiree, your pros are going to be golf, the winter weather, and the scenery. The summer is probably going to make you feel isolated if friends leave seasonality. Scottsdale isn't objectively good or bad. It's situational. How to decide if Scottsdale is right for you. Here's how I guide my buyers. Ask yourself a couple of these questions. Do I value brand perception and long-term resale? Do I love hiking, golf, and upscale dining? Am I comfortable paying a premium for the location? Can I handle those intense summers? Is my commute manageable from my current chosen pocket? If most answers are yes, Scottsdale might be just perfect for you. If you're hesitating on cost or commute, it's worth exploring some nearby options. The goal isn't to buy in the best city. It's to buy in the city that aligns with you and your lifestyle. Scottsdale consistently ranks as one of the most desirable cities in all of Arizona for a reason. It offers desert beauty, strong resale, upscale amenities, clean infrastructure, and that active lifestyle. But it comes with some cons too. Heat, premium prices, seasonal tourism, and geographic sprawl. But when you move here intentionally, it can feel like one of the best decisions you've made. When you move here based solely on reputation, you may find other suburbs would have fit your daily life better. We've covered the big picture, pros and cons. Now let's talk about the little ones, the things that don't show up on Zillow, Google, or Instagram. Because living in Scottsdale isn't about the house, it's about the rhythm. It's about how your daily life feels in that city environment. Pro number 7, infrastructure and cleanliness. One of the most underrated pros of Scottsdale, it just feels maintained. The medians are clean, the landscape is intentional, the signage is cohesive, and the retail corridors feel just very polished. And that doesn't happen by accident. The city invests in presentation and its infrastructure. For buyers coming from areas with deferred maintenance or inconsistent city planning, this can feel like a breath of fresh air. It gives a sense of order and long-term stability. And that perception influences that resale value over time. Pro number 8, long-term luxury demand. Scottsdale consistently attracts second home buyers, luxury relocations, retirees, snowbirds, and corporate executives. That creates a layered demand, and when the market softens, luxury areas can slow, but Scottsdale has historically rebounded. It's about a national brand recognition, and brand cities tend to hold the attention. Seasonal lifestyle shifts. Some people actually love the seasonality. Winter equals busy, social, and vibrant, and summer is quiet, slower, and just reflective. Restaurants are easier to get into in July. Traffic thins and tourism slows. If you enjoy that ebb and flow, Scottsdale is gonna feel dynamic. It's almost like two different cities throughout the whole year. Now let's go deeper into some of the cons. The ones buyers don't fully process until they start living here. Con number 7, lifestyle inflation is real. Scottsdale can subtly raise your spending. Upscale restaurants, resort spas, private golf memberships, boutique fitness studios. You don't have to participate, but that environment sure does encourage it. It's easy to start spending more simply because it's just the ecosystem around you. If you're budget conscious and prefer a more low-key, cost-control lifestyle, this is something to be mindful of. Con number 8, HOAs and architectural controls. Many North Scottsdale neighborhoods are master plan or gated. That's going to mean design guidelines, approval processes, and restrictions on some parking and landscape requirements. For some people, that structure is a pro. For others, it's going to feel limiting. If you're used to freedom with property modifications, that Scottsdale look is going to control that adjustment. Con number 9, car-dependent layout. Even though some parts of South Scottsdale are walkable, most of Scottsdale is car-dependent. Large retail centers, separated residential pockets, and wide roads. You're likely gonna have to drive for groceries, drive for school, and drive for restaurants. It's not urban density like Chicago or San Diego. It's more of that suburban luxury design. Let's talk about something that most buyers don't understand until they're deep into the home buying process. Scottsdale isn't just one market. It's multiple price tiers and personalities included in one city name. Take South Scottsdale, for example. More affordable entry points, closer to Tempe and downtown Phoenix, but they're older homes, active to the nightlife proximity. It's great for young professionals, investors, short-term rentals, things like that. Central Scottsdale. Think established neighborhoods, close to retail, more traditional modern feel. That's great for families wanting location without that North Scottsdale feeling. You have North Scottsdale. Think newer communities, higher price points, great for luxury buyers, retirees, and second homeowners. Each section has its different pros and cons. When people say, I want to live in Scottsdale, the first question always is, which part? Here's something else I see happen all the time. Buyers compare Scottsdale to other cities like Gilbert, Chandler, Peoria, and they say, I can get more house for the money over there. And they're right. You often can. So why choose Scottsdale? Because sometimes it's not about the house size. It's about the location, proximity to hiking, the luxury amenities, the community aesthetics, long-term resale confidence. Scottsdale buyers often prioritize lifestyle feel over that square footage. But if you're maximizing space per dollar is your priority, Scottsdale may not win that battle. Let's talk honestly. Some people move to Scottsdale and feel like they've made it. That prestige factor, that sense of arrival, that feeling is real. That prestige doesn't automatically equal happiness. Happiness comes from maybe a shorter commute, managing expenses, community connection, lifestyle fit. Scottsdale can offer those things, but it's only if your life aligns with it. Over decades, Scottsdale has maintained its demand, attracted luxury relocations, avoided heavy overdevelopment in some areas, and preserved the desert view. That scarcity in North Scottsdale especially protects that value. But appreciation isn't guaranteed to spike every year. It's just a steady over time, historically strong, but not immune to our market cycles. Buying here should be strategic, long-term, and intentional, just not purely emotional. Scottsdale is ideal for you if you love the desert scenery, you value dining and nightlife, you appreciate that polished infrastructure, and you're comfortable with paying the higher entry price, and you see the long-term lifestyle alignment. Scottsdale may not be ideal for you if you want to maximize your house size for the budget. You prefer a small town community feel, or you have a commute sensitive to East Valley jobs, and you disliked strict HOA environments. There's nothing wrong with either path. It's just about alignment. The pros and cons of living in Scottsdale aren't black and white. They're layered. Scottsdale delivers that luxury, the scenery, the dining, the reputation, and the resale strength. But it's also going to demand heat tolerance, budget flexibility, location awareness, and intentional decision making. When buyers choose it thoughtfully, they rarely regret it. When buyers choose it because it sounds fancy, they realize that another suburb might have fit better. And that's the difference. If you're seriously considered living in Scottsdale or any of the other areas and you want a breakdown of the north or south differences, budget planning beyond your purchase price, maybe school zoning, commute strategy, and what the neighborhood pros and cons are, give us a call or an email. We'll walk you through that real decision-making process, not just the pretty glossy version. Because Scottsdale can absolutely be an incredible place to live, as long as it's the right fit for you, your budget, and your long-term lifestyle goals.